May 13, 2011, Southern Arizona celebrated the opening of a new technology asset for solar energy in Southern Arizona. The Solar Onestop, a multi-agency collaborative effort led by Pima County and the City of Tucson, with funding from the U.S. Department of Energy's Solar America Communities Initiative, opened in Pima County Development Services Building at Stone and Alameda in downtown Tucson.
We've been very seriously involved over the last 5 years in promoting solar energy and passing a resolution to really put us on track to change the way we look at energy here at Pima County, but in particular that we make sure that we incorporate solar not only into the building and growth that's taking place in the county, but also county functions as well. We plan to provide about 25% of our power in the next 20 years through solar power.
More than a comprehensive resource, the Solar Onestop Center with its accompanying website exemplifies the commitment of the whole community to all aspects of solar energy, its use, its contribution to our economy, and its part in Southern Arizona's bright future.
I think it's a real good opportunity for residents and businesses and builders to be able to find out about how they can incorporate solar power into their business plans.
The Solar Onestop Center and the website www.solaronestopaz.org is the place to go for a complete list of solar essentials. Whether you're a resident, business owner, solar developer, or installer, Solar Onestop should be your first stop. But it's not just about solar energy use. It's also about the contribution that the solar industry itself is making in Southern Arizona. Here's Michael Guyman, Vice President of Regional Development from TRIO, the lead economic development agency for the greater Tucson area and its surrounding community partners.
And the city and the county have done a really good job of recognizing the importance of the solar industry. And so they have built into their system, into their permitting system, some ease and regulation when it comes to solar projects. And I think that's something that's very important in building the solar industry as well.
And those economic development efforts are paying off. One such success story is Solon Corporation, a worldwide leader in solar energy production, which established its North American headquarters here in Southern Arizona.
Solon is a global company with headquarters in Berlin, Germany. We have offices in Europe, Australia, and the U.S. Tucson, Arizona is our North American headquarters. We opened the North American headquarters 4 years ago, and we have two core businesses. One is the production of high-quality solar modules, which we manufacture at our Tucson factory. We also design and build large-scale commercial power plants.
Solar Onestop really is the right name. At the center or online, you can learn about solar technologies, rebates and incentives, educational opportunities, solar events, and more.
It's about finding a way to live here in the Sonoran Desert that really puts us on parity with the way the Tohono O'odham people have lived here for time immemorial. They were famous for living on the resources that were available to them in a day-to-day way, and sometimes in a very sparse way. We need to find a way to live in today's modern world that does the same thing.
Solar is a big part of Southern Arizona's bright future. Solar Onestop is here to help.
My name is George Vleck. I work for Geo Innovation. We're a solar contractor in town. A couple of years ago, Tamarack Little approached me and said the congressman was interested in putting solar on her home. It's been a mutual desire, and it's finally come to fruition. At the end of last year, we were given the go-ahead. One of the things that we discussed is she's in Washington quite often. And the nice thing about a photovoltaic system is any energy she produces and doesn't use simply is credited towards her future use of electricity in hotter months. She had looked at both hot water and photovoltaic in fall, and decided that the photovoltaic or a solar electric system made the most sense for her. Let's take a system, this is going to be a hypothetical system that could cost $30,000, but half of that is coming back in the form of rebates from TEP. And then the tax credits on top of that reduce the system to under $10,000. So the average person could have a solar electric system installed in their home for under $10,000 after those rebates and tax credits are applied. So the Congresswoman's system has a data acquisition feature that allows her to go online and look at her system. As a matter of fact, she can even go onto her, her iTouch or iPhone and access data on how her system is doing that day, how much she's produced. If it's cloudy or sunny, it will produce a different amount, and it can show her monthly summaries and really give her a full picture of how that system's benefiting her. If you look at her home, she's taken effort to conserve first. She has a lot of skylights, a lot of daylighting, so that's a good cue for anybody.
But if they need to be more efficient, we can look at it. What I like about it is oftentimes during the day I never have to turn any of my bathroom or my closet lights on because the natural light comes in.
She doesn't run her air conditioning when she's gone. It's kind of a misnomer that one has to, or myth that one has to run their air conditioning when they're gone for long periods of time. But she's doing those kind of things, and so that has really enabled her system to be sized relatively small and have a maximum benefit.
This will make us a leader in a global society in this field, in this emerging field.
It's official. Global Solar Energy, a leading manufacturer of thin film solar products, has opened for business.
My phone rang, and Mike said to me, he said, "Mr. Bear," he said, "if somebody doesn't do something, we're leaving."
With help from the city in expediting the building process, 180 employees will soon go to work at the factory. It's estimated that Global Solar has added $50 million to the local economy.
Getting it to code, passing the inspections, was done in just such an expedited manner that I feel compelled to give the whole city government a compliment. I mean, it really was wonderful.
Products made by Global Solar Energy are distributed internationally and are used everywhere from Antarctica to Iraq. Representatives from 25 cities across the nation gathered to exchange ideas and learn what other cities are doing to advance solar technology. Bruce Plank is the Solar Energy Coordinator for the city, a position funded in part by the Solar America Cities grant. One accomplishment he's already made is getting more solar technology on city buildings.
When they're driving around town, they should keep an eye out for our Tucson Solar America City street signs, because there are now about 10 around town.
The signs point out both city and private buildings that use solar technology. In Avra Valley, the work to install a new 229 kilowatt solar array is finally wrapping up. The new system will help power Tucson Water's Hayden-Udall treatment plant. It takes a lot of energy to pump water from the Colorado River, wells and reservoirs, and onto residents and businesses across the city.
One way to think of this is this single facility here puts out the same amount of power as all the Tucson solar facilities installed between '99 and 2008.
Bruce Plank, the city's solar coordinator, is here to inspect the finished project, and he likes what he sees.
I'm excited. I love these projects. Every time we finish a project and more solar goes online, I have to be restrained from jumping up and down.
Unlike most solar arrays, this one was built to track the sun, boosting output by at least 25%.
Let's use the sun to generate the electricity that we need for Tucson, so we don't have to build coal-fired power plants or gas power plants and contribute to global warming.
Plank says reducing global warming is a critical piece of the city's plan to ensure a more sustainable future.
They kept at it, and they kept at it, and they kept at it.
Take that as a no. El Pueblo's Activity Center is the first of 7 city solar installations funded by the sale of Clean Renewable Energy Bonds, or CREBs.
Which are great because they're interest-free bonds, and we pay them back over a 13-year period, and it's provided $7.5 million to pay for these systems, and that's how we were able to do it.
El Pueblo's system is the largest solar installation on a city facility with 100 kilowatts.
Up to now, the total that we have on city buildings over 10 years is about 200 kilowatts.
6 additional systems will be installed at city facilities, including the Public Safety Training Academy. Sites were chosen based on their high electric bills.
And we're now in the process of looking at additional sites in hopes that we can get some additional Krebs bonds later on.
The remaining installations are expected to be up and running by November.
Tucson gets 350 days of sun annually, and already throughout the city, sunlight is being converted into electricity. Now, the push is on to amp up Tucson's reputation by turning it into the solar city.
And the city is all of us in this community. We all have to work together on this idea.
During a roundtable discussion, Vice Mayor Rodney Glassman listened to the ideas and concerns of leaders in business and industry.
The entire country, the entire world is chasing solar. It is massively competitive. What makes us different?
San Antonio just rolled out a power purchase agreement offer for anyone coming to San Antonio at 27 cents a kilowatt hour, okay? That's lower than what's rolling out in Indiana, in Michigan, and in Gainesville, Florida. We have to get to the point where we're understanding what it means to have feed-in tariffs.
To address these concerns and develop strategies to make Tucson a leader in the development, manufacture, and use of solar technology, Glassman is forming 3 subcommittees, one for media, one for government, and one for business. What would it mean for Tucson to become the solar city?
We're hoping it's going to mean huge dollars. Ideally, the best would be solar manufacturing plants by the dozen coming into town, hundreds of new jobs in manufacturing, thousands of new jobs putting up solar panels on people's houses, all sorts of new R&D jobs to develop new solar potential.
Anyone interested in helping Tucson to become known as the Solar City is urged to contact the Ward 2 office.